In this video, I'll show you where you can acquire the Monarch long gun in Remnant 2's The Awakened King DLC, which will be a lot easier if you go in with some precision weaponry, such as the Merciless long gun and the MP60R handgun. Now, the reason I say go in with some precision weaponry is the one true king, who's the final boss in the DLC, will have a weapon on him which has a health bar. You need to make sure that you don't touch this weapon in any way with any of your shots, as if you do, you're then going to receive the Tormented Pommel, where you can then go off and craft the Wrathbringer melee weapon. You won't receive the Agony Spike, which obviously we need in order to be able to craft Monarch. So for that reason, I strongly recommend against going in with any sort of weaponry such as the Aphelion or the Starshot, as the AoE damage that those things can do, whilst they will rip chunks off the boss's health bar, they can also damage the weapon as well, and obviously you don't want that. Now, you need to be especially careful when the one true king slams the weapon into the ground, which he will do fairly often, as it will reduce the health bar of the weapon down significantly, or even one or two shots could destroy it, meaning that you're not going to get that Agony Spike. You can see on the video here, he slams it into the ground and it does remove a fair amount of health off of the weapon itself. Just make sure that you go in carefully, aim for that slit on his face and nothing but that. Obviously deal with the drone when they spawn in, but other than that, just aim for his head. Be very careful with your shots. You're going to get yourself an Agony Spike. And once you've got the Agony Spike, you need to take that over to McCabe in Ward 13, along with 7 Luminite Crystal and 1,000 scrap, where you're then going to be able to craft Monarch, which I'm not going to muck around, is the best gun in the game. Now, the reason for it being so powerful is it essentially fires a hook into an enemy or a location, and then wherever you are, providing you're fairly close to the hook, you can't go to the other side of the map, for example, but what you can do is hide behind a wall or duck down in cover, fire the weapon, which is a fully automatic weapon, by the way, with a decent magazine and a fair amount of damage at level 10. Just fire the weapon and the shots will track into the hook, therefore into the enemy, or if you're being kind of strategic about it, you place it at the start of a tunnel, lead a load of enemies through, unload your weapon. You're just going to be annihilating everything whilst also being able to keep yourself relatively safe. Now, the ability in question is called Chain of Command, which puts the gun in harpoon mode. Fire a harpoon to mark the target, causing primary fire to become homing rounds, dealing 15% reduced damage. Enemies hit by homing rounds build influence, recasting exits the mode. When influence fills, Monarch automatically reloads and creates a shockwave and gains 20% increased damage and infinite reserves, which lasts for 20 seconds. This is essentially a watered down version of the Nightfall, which can then track your opponents. You're going to see it here anyway. I'm just going to duck down into cover. We're firing straight and you can see the bullets themselves arcing round. That opponent's dead. You weren't in threat anyway. You need to make sure that you get your hands on the Monarch. If you're struggling through any of the base game or the Awakened King DLC, the Monarch long gun is a game changer. It is a fantastic weapon. You need to get yourselves one. Simple as that. So that's a look at how to acquire the Monarch long gun in Remnant 2's Awakened King DLC. If you're a fan of these quick, straight to the point guides, subscribe for more and I'll see you on the next one.